Hi, this video is about making assessments in Schoology. So I'm going to show you how I do it. Um, Let me go to how I set my Schoology a little bit before I say that. So in my Schoology, I have folders. Each folder, so here's week 6, week 7. Each week is then in 2 days, Monday, Tuesday, and then by subject. ELA, math, and social studies are what we're doing tomorrow. So inside those folders is their work. For kids who have trouble navigating Schoology, I just have a tab at the top that says today, and it takes them directly to today's folders. So once inside the folders, they have work that I ask them to turn in. Now I know that for every subject we're required to have 2 grades per week. So some days, like tomorrow, I don't have work that they're going to turn in for ELA, but they had work to turn in for ELA today. We're going to do some work together, but this is like a copy of their decodable work, so that's why it looks a little bit different. So not every single day and every single subject is an assignment that they have to turn in and collect, because I don't check everything. So, but for math and social studies, you will see that they are turning in work. The puzzle pieces, I tell them to go to the puzzle piece, and that is where they go to get their assignment and turn it in. And so the reason why I do it on Schoology as opposed to have them ask their parents to upload pictures to Dojo or to Teams or to Schoology is because the parents just don't have time to be uploading all the work and they're not keeping up with it. So if I make an assessment in Schoology, I give them time to do it during the day, and then I have a better chance of them actually turning something in. And I do get a lot more assignments turned in than when I was just in the beginning and asking for pictures of their workbook pages. So when I do create an assessment, I look at the workbook page and I kind of make an exit ticket out of it, so I don't recreate the whole entire assignment. I just take some of maybe the hardest problems, or depending on the students, maybe if it's for some kids I might give them the easier problems and they just have to do those, and I can still see just from the few they do if they understand the concepts. So before I create an assignment, I had to create groups. So when I created groups, I went to right here it says members. I clicked on members. And then over here, it says add grading group. So when you click that, you can give your group a name, group whatever, group F, and then you click on the students who you want in that group. So that's how you create your group. So I'm going to cancel that because I don't have a group F. So then you go to your day, and here's tomorrow's work. And then, like, let's say I want to create a math assignment. As you can see, I already have groups A, B, and C already in here. So I go here and I click on add assessment. Now you could add a quiz or a test. I haven't done that on here. The assessments give you a lot of different options. I just keep going to it because it's what I'm most familiar with now. So if you know more about the testing and quiz, I guess you can make a video and share it with me. So I'm going to add assessment. You have to give it a name, math assignment module 3 or whatever. The due date, it's usually a Friday for me. Then you have to click enable. You can click enable until, but I just put enable. Password disable. You don't have a password on it most of the time. Category is classwork. And then if you want to assign it to a certain group, you click here and you can assign it to group whatever. This can go to group A. So then you push create. And then you give your assessment directions, answer the questions. So, and then if you scroll down, there's a whole bunch of different options for the assessment. The one I go to the most is students can view the results after it's submitted. So I like to put yes. And then how many times do they get to try to answer the question? So usually for me, it's just a couple of times. And But if you have like some kids who just, maybe they have special needs or something, maybe you'll give them a lot more. So go through all of the different criteria you could put on your assessment. There's something about a calculator that will allow them to have, if the questions are ordered randomly, things like this. So, and then when you put in the directions, you of course can like format it however you want. You can make it, blue because it's the coolest color. Go to the, center it, make it bigger, things like that. So you could do all that, and then you push save. And then you go to your questions, and each assessment can have a variety of different types of questions. It can have multiple choice, true or false, matching, fill in the blank, a long essay answer, drag and drop, an audio, a video. Any of these things are options for you, and I have not used them all. Like here it says math short answer. Never used that one. A number line, I need to look at that one probably. So I'm not going to say that I'm an expert on all of these. You'd probably have to Google some of them, but I have used probably like 5 or 6 of them. So what you do is you click on your first question type, so it could be multiple choice. And then you could say, tell me all the ways to make 10. And then the options could be 9 plus 1, 5 plus 5, 7 plus 4, and 11 minus 1. So then you would scroll down, and you can either put multiple responses because there's more than one right answer. So you could say 9 plus 1, 5 plus 5, and 11 minus 1 are all options. And when you do that, the assessment will score it for you. So it's like one less thing you have to do. And then you can also format the questions. You can make them bigger because it starts it at a font of 8. I like to put it like at 32. And then you could change the colors and all that pretty stuff. You could add pictures. Sometimes I add pictures of, I have popsicle sticks that I might add, like groups of 10, here they are. So I might add groups of 10 for certain children, things like that. You can add that in there, and you can also speak the directions. So if you have kids in your class, like for me, my group A, well actually all of my groups, I want them to be independent. So I tried to record myself reading the directions, so that's one less thing that they have to ask me while I'm teaching or with a small group of children, because usually they have an assignment and then I'm working with a small group. So I click on this where it says tools, and then you see different tools that you can use, and I don't know them all. I will say that, but I do know record audio. So you record audio and you say, you can record it. Tell me all the ways to make 10. You push finish, and that uploads it. So then when they go to the assignment, push OK, it will show up like this. Tell me all the ways to take 10, and then they can play it. So you can push play, and then they can hear me reading the directions to them. Or if I want to, sometimes for the group A students, I might elaborate a little different on the directions. So those are just all options that you can do. So I don't know why I just like clicked out of there, but so that's how you set up a multiple choice question. You can, same thing with true or false, fill in blank, short essay. You can click these and it will tell you how to, if you don't want them to have bullet points in their answer or numbering, you could just take those options out. You can tell them, tell me about your day. And then you can give them a word count, which could be visible or not visible, and allow, so basically you can do a lot of things. So when I do questions like this, so here's the first question. I accidentally erased the first question I made. So here's the second question. So fill in the blank. You could do 7 plus 3, and then you make equals, and you make a little line like that, and it will come up, and then you put the answer in, and it will check it for you. I mean, obviously, if you're putting like an essay or something, you have to check it yourself, and then you put that you want an exact match and save. So here's all the different questions. So here's question 1, question 2, and you can assign them points, point value. This one's only worth 2 points. And then when the students get it, it will look like this. So tell me about your day. They'll write their answer. They'll go to question 2, 7 plus 3, and they'll push 10. They'll push review and finish. So when I've been doing this, I've been just getting a lot more work turned in than when I ask parents to do worksheets or in any other method. So I'm going to delete this. So I'm going to go back to courses and delete that. So I think I put that in math. Then I wanted to show you one other kind of assessment that I've given is highlight text or highlight an image. So sometimes you might want to see the student's work. So we did this last week, and it was our first time, so it's really messy, and I learned from it. So I'll just show you the really messy stuff. So don't cringe too much. It does have value. So in this question, the students were asked to make hops in a number line, 5 going forward and 9 going backwards. So you can, after they do it, you can literally see all their hops and see what mistakes they made, as opposed to having them like write it on a paper and just taking a picture. It's a little more helpful than just getting it. Like, I feel like I get more information when they do it this way, but they do need practice at it. So this was like our first day doing it. So this is really sloppy, but I see he made 5 forward and 9 backwards, but he started on the wrong number. He was supposed to start at 23. So another example of this would be in ELA, I asked the children to syllabicate a word. So here's what I saw. And it was pretty poor. It was the first time. So remember, don't judge right away. So when I asked them to syllabicate a word, like here's a student who did all of the rules. So they have to put dots under the vowel. They have to put C's under the consonants and break it apart in between the C's, and then decide if each part is opened or closed. So the directions are all there for the children. If they forget all the directions, they just push play, and it's me talking it to them. And then after they do it, I can see what they've done. So I can see what steps he did. And if he like erased anything and had to try again, if he struggled, all that stuff, I can see it a little more than if it was just a snapshot. So to make something like this, it's really, really easy. You go to make an assessment. So I'm going to just make it from here. Add materials, go to add assessment once again. Do all the stuff. Say when it's due, enable, and it's classwork. And then create directions, go to questions, and then you click on highlight image. And so you put your directions, move whatever, or syllabicate, so segment the word. And so you have to upload an image then. So sometimes you might want to just have a really big blank space that they can draw on. For one time in science, they had to draw a picture of an invention. So I just wanted a blank space. Sometimes I upload like a hundreds chart. Let me see, I have blank space here. Where's all my pictures at? I don't know where I keep stuff. So I have a hundreds chart somewhere in here. And all my junk, all my files. So like I made a hundreds chart for realized